just munching on some, presently in my mouth, licorice allsorts. But some bears, some jelly bears basically. Jellies. The licorice allsorts. But I don't want to eat that right now. I have too much of them. Things that are very bad for you basically. Jelly bean type things. Yeah. Very bad for you. I was eating these too. These fake berries. You know, they even like, I do like these, so I'll eat again of them. But it's like a real berry. You know, with the texture. But then if you really taste it, you go, that's synthetic. That's not real. Wow, they did that really well. And that's the thing about nature and science, and what brings me on to this point of nature and science. That, you know, nature is trying to be explained by science and scientists, and a lot of nature can't be explained, or it can be explained and then nature moves on, and the science then makes no sense, you know. So it's hard to pinpoint problems and issues and, you know, and points and facts forever, you know, with science, because actually nature evolves, or nature just, you know, doesn't do what it normally does when you're pointing the finger at it. Have you ever noticed that? Life has been good to me, I have to say, through all this stormy emotions and everything. I mean, I am telling all my friends the last few months that I really feel fucked in the head, you know, and I do feel fucked in the head, which brings me on to the other point of, you know, saying that I am depressed. Like, nobody should go around telling anybody that they are depressed. They should explain to the people, I am feeling really vulnerable at the moment. I am feeling non-confident. They shouldn't say I am depressed, because I'm depressed is not explaining how they're feeling. And this is a huge point, if everybody can get that. If we stopped saying to ourselves, I am depressed, to yourself, you know, that's not good for your head to hear that you are depressed, because normally when a doctor or anybody tells you that you are suffering from depression, again, suffering from, please, we're all suffering through the disease of life. Yeah, life is a disease. If we're going to call all sorts of things diseases, well then let's call life a disease as well. Why not throw it in there? Because actually life throws at us exactly what we need in order to become ourselves, our truer selves. Because we'll always be striving to be even truer than we've even been, you know. Truer to ourselves, not truer to anybody else. We're not, you know, well, the idealistic person is not, you know, saluting to their master who's somebody else, and like, yes, I'm here, I'm going to do exactly what you say, yes, I'm going to totally, you know, conform into what the other person thinks is normal and right for me, even though, you know, most people know what's right for them, you know, as long as you're not angry, you know. And when somebody gets angry, it's not okay to get totally angry with them back. You ask them, why are you angry, you know. Now when I'm angry, most people don't ask me that question, why are you angry, Gavin? They don't ask. They just say, hey, stop shouting, or, you know, here, take your negativity away from me, that sort of thing, that sort of vibe. Now I'm talking in general society, I'm not talking about, you know, every friend, every time, you know. Anyway, it's complicated, that one, to explain the ins and outs of that. But yeah, I'm basically not happy on the even on the YouTube experience in the last even before my stalker person. I mean, the YouTube experience is better for just me, and I should have probably put all my videos at private from the start, but I'm not really arsed in pressing these buttons to change the settings from public to private and from allowing comments or not allowing comments. I just don't care about that, you know. And I wish there was no ratings underneath the videos. I wish we were all just expressing ourselves, and that you know, that like the rating star system on YouTube anyway is like, it's just a bad system. It's a bad system, and we are all living in a bad system in this world at the moment, and that's why our main leaders are telling us that there's an economic recession, world recession even. They say it's in the world. You know, it's not really in the world. In some parts of the world where they've really generally had no money, and they're still doing pretty okay because they've always had no money, you know, or little money. And you'll find people who have less money than the rest of you are great at managing their lives in that way of having very little and making do with what they have, you know, not complaining really too much. You know, you've got lower class people all over the place in every class, by the way. You've got lower class in the upper class, by the way. You know, people who are just oh, I can't even get into classes. That'll insult a lot of you, won't it? Exactly. But I suppose I'm annoyed with the YouTube experience because I think the whole idea of YouTube was to broadcast. So my foot is itchy here. You know, it's to broadcast yourself. And you know, yeah, I mean, I did talk about George W. Bush, for instance, who's a person, happened to be the president of America for too long, but he's still a person. But he's not watching my videos. So, you know, now you could technically send him my stuff. I'm sure he still wouldn't watch my videos, or the one video or 10 videos that I mentioned George Bush's name in it. But so it is directed at him, but he's not going to really see it. And with the stars, you know, the famous people in the world, you know, we all know there's very little you can do there in saving your privacy, because the paparazzi are all over you. So technically YouTube is no different from that. If anybody decides to go on YouTube and they haven't even 1 or 2 or 3 people watching them, but one of those 3 people becomes infatuated with them, and for whatever reasons, you know, then that's their paparazzi, you know. But I just don't understand why people bother to care about what stars, Hollywood stars, and, you know, famous people, or people that make their private lives public. You know, I can't understand people, you know, giving their crap straight back at those people. I mean, I think it's better to talk about things, you know, and be as respectful as possible, you know. And I actually, because I mean, I know there are people listening to this, but I am actually generally very careful with what I'm saying with my words. Generally, I am not perfect, absolutely not, no, but I'm generally not trying. I'm definitely not a person that goes out of my way, basically, to, if some noises in the background are happening, I don't immediately turn around and go, oh, shut the fuck up, you know. I'm not like that. You know, okay, let's say I could be like that, and actually off testosterone I could be like that much more, but I'm not like that in my heart and in my soul, you know. And I'm certainly a very polite person in general, and a charmer, and a natural charmer at that. You know, of course I can put on the charm, as in, like, I can heat it up a bit, the charm, but I'm naturally charming anyway. But I tell you, it is very difficult for me, do you understand? For me, off my testosterone, because remember, I was on testosterone for 13 years, so that's what's keeping me sane, knowing that this wonder drug without the use of a psychiatrist. I don't need a psychiatrist, because everybody I know online, thankfully now I've got enough friends online that are my psychiatrists as well. Thank you very much, all of you. And of course all the people offline, which we actually call real life. They are my helpers with my brain, because I'm so open with everybody. Too open with some people for them. But I am definitely very emotional and expressive. Everybody knows how I'm feeling. So the people that don't want to know about feelings and emotions, of course they're not my friends, because they don't want to know shit like that. That's fine, but I am me doing my thing, and I'm trying to be as respectful as possible through people not even being respectful enough with me. But time will tell, and I'm going on stronger. Ciao.